David Boreanaz and the cast of Angel celebrate their 100th episode and tell us what they really think about each other. Take dinner out of my head. You know them as vampires, demons, and lawyers. And they're here celebrating their 100th episode, which airs tonight. Please welcome the cast of Angel. David Boreanaz, James Marsters, David Artis Richards, and Andy Hallett. I don't even think I... Yeah. Very nice. Well, that won't go to their head. Do I even need to ask him a question? Or you just want to stare at him? I mean, congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
Posse. I have the whole team here. I want to thank you for coming here, the whole gang, on the day of the 100th episode. That means a lot to us.
We could be drunk now, you know.
We'll find out by the end of the year. Angel is obviously, most people know this, it's a spinoff.
Yeah.
Spinoffs can be a very high-risk scenario. What was it about it, David, when you started this, that you said, all right, I think this is going to work. I'm okay doing a spinoff in this case?
Well, Josh presented it to me, and it just kind of, it made sense. It made sense from this character standpoint. He could no longer, be on Buffy and be with Buffy, and so there had to be a change. And when he presented it to me, I was actually working on the show, and we were working on a period piece where we go back in time, so I didn't really think much about it at the time. And it's just evolved from season 1 to where it is now. And I've been blessed to have, James come over, and Andy come over, and Jay, and Alexis, and Amy, who aren't here today, who say hello to all you guys. And the show has just evolved in the past 4 seasons, and we're really, really happy where it is right now.
Yeah. And basically, it doesn't suck.
Really? He loves that line. But James, was there ever a point where you said to yourself, oh, I don't even think I'll ever make it to the 100th episode?
No, I'm a glutton for punishment. Seriously, I love it. We work 12 to 15 hours every day, and I love it. It's better than being home.
Shall I take that question?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Andy, that's your cue.
Yeah, right.
Oh, why? What does he got? What do you got in the hopper?
Hey, I didn't want to jump on that one. No. I'm just in the makeup for a little bit longer, 3 hours.
Is it 3 hours?
This is about 3 hours.
Well, we could play the other...
way you talk about it is like 9 hours.
I know. We could play the other game that's sweeping the nation. Guess who has chemically induced hair on the set? Because they're... Oh, mine's chemically induced. I don't know.
Guess who doesn't?
Yeah.
And guess who doesn't? Who's on that?
I think you're what they call a gimme. A gimme. We knew that.
Well,
yeah,
we started out, when the show started out, and then everybody kind of died off. And I was like, they were looking for characters to come on. And Jay came on, was it season 2, right?
Season 1.
Season 1, towards the end of season 1. And his impact was fantastic, because we were doing a scene up on a rooftop. The two of us, we really got together real well on it, and we jived. And he's been fantastic, And then Andy came over, and he's just at such a comedic level to a character. And he's brought a character that's been like this small character and just made it explode.
You Paul Lynde. Remember when I first came on?
I think his character's like Paul Lynde on acid. That's what
That's what he used to always say.
And James has been, having James this season for us has been just tremendous. I mean, we couldn't have a greater character come over and help us out. And it was really
Do you guys give David a hard time for being Angel and a heartthrob in Hollywood?
No, we give him a harder time for being Mr. Mom. He's a really dedicated father, and it's really cool to see him interact with his
Are you getting better at that fathering thing?
He was always good at it.
Are you reading lots of books?
I'm learning by experience, and that experience is pretty heavy.
What's the strangest thing that you've learned along this way? Because you can't ever prepare for it.
You can't, because it's constantly growing. It's ever changing, and this little kid is just every day he has something new to say, and it's whether it's
anything that sticks out.
Anything. Well, he wakes up in the morning. He's like, "Mom, Daddy's gonna join us," and he's like, "Juice." He says, "Juice, juice, juice." I'm like, "Let's get some juice, kid."
You should see him coming to set too. He's like a little producer this high. He's like, what? Just looks around. He's no fear.
At the 100th, at the party, when he came on and took the cake, And you brought him over to the cake to look at the cake, and he grabbed a big piece of cake and just shoved it all over David's face.
You know, they're fantastic because they make you simple.
Yeah.
Kids are great. So.
Yeah, that's good. Well, congratulations again on that.
All
All right, let's go. Can we go outside for a second? Do we have time to go out there? Bouncing outside. You know, we have folks that gather to watch the show each and every day outside. One of the stars of Oliver Bean is our guest correspondent, Andrew Lawrence. Hanging. Thanks, man, for coming. What's up? Good to see you.
Anyways, I am surrounded by a bunch of Angel and Kylie fans, and I have a young lady that'd like to ask David a question. What's your name?
Sarah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Vacaville, California.
There you go. And the question is?
Dave, you just directed your first episode. How is it to direct your coworkers?
These guys here.
And you can be honest as if they're not in the room.
You know what? They all showed up extremely prepared, and I told them to throw everything out the window. Do what you do best, and they were fantastic with it. I mean, everybody was very supportive. So it made my job a lot easier. Look, I know what these guys can do.
Right.
I'm not going to sit there and tell them, you know, you have to do this, this, and this. I mean, there's little things that you want to kind of maneuver and stuff, but they're professionals. They bring something to the table. That's why they got hired. That's why they're doing this job. That's what makes them so great. So you let that confidence ride, and you'd be amazed at how beautiful things happen.
But no lie, the crew, the entire crew felt that David was one of the best directors we've had since the beginning. And that's not even exaggeration. That's not even being nice. I mean,
So seriously, it's not Hollywood crap.
I was going to say, it's not one of those
seriously,
situations where the star just wants to be a director.
seriously.
It's actually okay.
It's going to take more than a 20.
Oh, it's 100.
oh, I know.
Thanks, Andrew, for the question. We'll check in just a few.
No, they were begging us. They're saying, call in, please get him to direct again when we're really tired. Because if we get a bad director when we're really tired, we'll probably quit. So please get David back when we need him.
Can you give us some inside information on what's going to happen on the big episode
Oh,
tonight?
man, it's so much that's going on. I mean, you know, we basically have seen this crew from where it is on day one, and we go back in Angel's Past. Everyone who's had an impact on the first show. And there's a nice tribute to Glenn Quinn, who passed away, unfortunately, last year, who played Doyle, Charisma Carpenter wakes up from her coma. And, you know, Joss Whedon creates, again, a story that is a bit of a tearjerker, and there's a big sword fight with me and Lindsay at the end, and these guys are along for the ride, and I think it's the first time that Charisma pushes my character over the edge and says, you got to get out there and start making an impact and difference in your character. Stop wallowing around, being depressed, you know, do what you do best, and that's kicking some ass, and that's what basically happened.
So the ass kicking ensues tonight on the 100th episode of Angel. Hey, did you see...
oh, I got something for
at
you.
the top of the show, he's talking about that little announcement.
Oh, no, but I brought something for you.
You have something for me?
Yeah, James, didn't you bring it? Or here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Okay.
Give you our bone.
this is a gift for you.
This is a gift that you brought that we decided to make clue number 2.
Right.
All right, this is clue number 2. They brought this from the set of Angel. What is it?
David Greenwald. This is the only thing that's left of him. He's not with the show anymore.
It's the theme. All right.
What is that?
That is a skeleton leg, ladies and gentlemen. Clue number 2. All right. Play along at home. You want to pass it over to our audience members there? They can hang on. Don't miss it. Angel Wednesdays. That's tonight at 9 on the WB. Thanks so much for coming. Good to see you again, bud. We'll be right back. Is ER taking a page out of Janet's routine and bearing dress? Let's